Before you think about renewing or getting a new Chase credit card this year, listen up. Chase made 9 big changes this year to their most popular credit cards. And guess how many were made silently without you knowing? Your dad's got you. In this video, I'm gonna cover all the changes that touch their most popular brands like Sapphire Cards and Ink Business cards, even to some co-branded airline cards. Number 1, the new Chase Sapphire family rule. Chase has now removed language from their terms and conditions so that you can now hold multiple Sapphire cards. This is good news for you because that means you can have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, Preferred, and one of their brand new other cards, which I'll talk about later. But unfortunately, you don't really know if you're gonna get one of those fancy sign-up bonuses because it's now gonna be controlled by a magic algorithm. You bet it's controlled by AI. Just like American Express, if you are not eligible for a sign-up bonus, before they finish the application, they're gonna have a pop-up that says you will not be eligible for a sign-up offer and do you want to proceed? The good thing is you can cancel right there. Number 2, bye-bye 48th month rule. One of the great things about the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Preferred is that you can actually earn their sign-up bonuses every 48 months or so. There was a certain sequence of steps that you had to follow, but it was built into the terms and conditions. Those terms have now been removed and replaced with this. And I believe that it's going to be most likely powered by an AI overlord in the background, determining if you get one or if you don't. The most likely scenario for most families is that it's going to be more than 48 months and even up to lifetime if they determine that you're not really a profitable customer and that you're just signing up Chase cards over and over again to get sign-up bonuses. However, there are those exceptions. There are data points right now where they have been able to get the sign-up offer with just 24 months of waiting time. In my honest opinion, I think this is a minority, and for most families, this will not occur. A practical tip to take away from this is that you should always try your luck and fill in the application and see what the pop-up says to see if you're eligible or not eligible. The first 2 changes were actually in preparation for the next 2 changes. And number 3 is the brand new Chase Sapphire Reserve refresh. Chase jacked up the annual fee and slapped on a whole bunch of credits and coupons so that you think it's gonna be okay for you to pay $800. As of filming right now, it has an annual fee of $795 with a big giant sign-up bonus of 125,000 reward points. You have to hit $6,000 in 3 months. This new card comes with 8x on the Chase travel portal. You get 4x on directly booking with flights and hotels, and you get 3x on dining. You still get credits like the $300 annual travel fee. You get $500 split into 2 for the Edit Hotel program, which is their kind of Amex Fine Hotels and Resorts equivalent. You get $300 to the Chase exclusive dining table through OpenTable. This will be split into 2 amounts. And finally, you also get subscriptions like Apple TV and Apple Music annually. Next, we have the big brother, number 4, the new Chase Sapphire Reserve Business card. I think Chase got a little jealous of American Express getting all that money from their American Business Platinums. So now they have a brand new premium $795 Business Reserve card. As of filming, this has a whopping 200,000 Chase points sign-up bonus that you have to spend $30,000 in 6 months. You will earn 8x on the Chase travel portal. You earn 4x on hotels and flights booked directly. You get 3x on social media and search engine advertising spend, and you get 5x on Lyft rides. All right, in terms of credits, it's a little bit different than the personal. You get $300 of annual travel credit. You get $500 on the Edit split into 2. You get $400 on ZipRecruiter split into 2. You get $200 on Google Workspace subscriptions, and you get $100 split into 2 on giftcards.com. Make sure to click the subscribe and notify button below because I'm going to be doing a deep dive on the new Edit Hotels program and showing you all the tips and tricks on how to use those $500 going forward as part of my Chase mini-series. You get travel perks like IHG Platinum status service to 2027. And if you're a giant big spender, if you spend $120,000 on this business card, you get all these fancy perks like A-list with Southwest. In my honest opinion, most families are not going to be able to take advantage of the credits on this card. So if you do get this card, it's most likely trying to target that sign-up offer. That $30,000 spend is very high for most families, so you got to be careful and do your math. Next, we're going to cover 2 co-branded airline cards that had massive changes this year that you might want to know about. Number 5, massive changes to the Southwest Airlines co-branded credit cards. Southwest and Change made some big changes to their co-branded credit cards as Southwest made a rebrand to be more corporate, money hungry. Southwest said, no more free check bags, but you get seat assignments. Southwest decided to change the annual fees and raise them up for all 3 of their personal credit cards. They're $99, $149, and $229 for each of the respective cards. You still get a little bit of Southwest points every anniversary to offset that annual fee, but because they took away your free check bag perk, they now added it to your credit card so they can check off the box and say that you get free check bags. In addition, the cards will also get new categories. Each personal card will have a different combination, either restaurants or gas or groceries. See the list above. In addition, by giving assigned seating, they can now sell you extra legroom, and part of one of those fancy perks on the top card is to give you that possible upgrade. They're also allowing some of their top cards to spend their ways to elite status. Every $5,000, you'll get differing amounts of status points that you'll earn. Seriously though, it feels like the CEOs had like a big party together and they're like saying, how can I squeeze more money out of my customers and provide less service? Cause you know what? United CEO said, hold my beer. The United Airlines co-branded credit card refresh. The United Airlines co-branded credit cards all went up. We have a $695 club card, $350 for the Quest, and $150 for the Explorer. Everyone gets a brand new set of credits that you get from this credit card. You get $200 of prepaid hotel credits with the renowned hotel resorts. You get ride-hailing statement credits. You get car rental credits and even JSX flight statement credits, which is like flying semi-private. Here are all the list of changes for the 3 different cards. Unfortunately, this is not all good news. In order to balance their books, they had to reduce costs, such as removing lounge access down to 1 guest. And for some cards, slapping on a spend requirement like $50,000 in order to get that access. Here's a quick chart of all the downgrades that happened. But seriously, there's a whole bunch of other changes that I'm not gonna talk about because friends don't let friends fly united. Number 7, Chase Ink Business Credit Cards Lifetime Rule. Did you know about the Chase Ink Gravy Train? Some people were racking hundreds of thousands to millions of Chase points using this business card gravy train. Well, the days of easy Chase points are coming to an end. Chase is copying American Express. They're adding a new lifetime rule where if you've ever gotten the sign-up bonus from their business card, like this wording, you won't get it anymore. First, they went for the no annual fee. They took away your Ink Cash and Ink Unlimited. Then they went for your annual fee ones like the Chase Ink Preferred and took that away too. People were hoping that other shoe would not drop, but several days later, this showed up in the terminology, and now all Chase Ink business cards will have the same lifetime ruling. But with the new edition of the pop-up, the silver lining is they'll at least let you know before you try to do that hard credit pull. Number 8, new stricter rules for Chase Referral on the Ink business cards. Before, you could get 20,000 to 40,000 bonus points for referring your friends and family using the Chase Ink business card. Well, that gravy train is also stopping. They are now instituting a new rule like this, saying that if that person has ever had a business card, they're no longer eligible for a referral bonus. Let's say Chase points are going to be a lot harder to get this coming year. Number 9, Chase's brand new points boost system on their Chase travel portal. As part of the Chase Sapphire refreshes, they're now doing away with the fixed point redemption system. Before, the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Chase Sapphire Preferred had fixed points of 1.5 and 1.25 in redeeming their points on the Chase travel portal. Well, now that has been thrown out and Chase is introducing Points Boost. Chase Sapphire Reserve cardholders now can get up to 2 cents per point, while the Chase Sapphire Preferred can get up to 1.5 for most flight and hotel products. And for premium flights, you can get up to 1.75. Let's call out the most important 2 words, which is up to. That's right. Chase is most likely going to use AI and some magical algorithm to determine the points cost. And now that they have the terminology up to, they can magically, dynamically set it whatever they want in order to boost their revenues. Before it was a fixed amount, but now we don't really know. One important call out for Chase Sapphire Reserve and Preferred holders prior to October 25th, 2025. If you had points inside that account prior to that date, they're going to grandfather you in those specific points for the fixed rate up to October 26th of 2027. But let's be honest, most people use their Chase points for Hyatt and transfer out a lot. And whatever points that you had in there will most likely be used before that 2027 date. However, this means at least they did let you have that opportunity to have a transition window before they kind of screw you over with the dynamic pricing. For our family, we blow through our Chase points like crazy and we redeem a lot of Hyatt points through Chase. So whatever we had in Chase Sapphire as of October 25th has already most likely been spent out. And did you know that Chase had to make changes after the major refresh to their reserve credit cards because it wasn't going so well? Well, if you want to learn about all the latest changes about the Chase Sapphire cards, check out this next video.